when the suspect is smarter than the detective. So this is like a JCS type style video, but it's 15 minutes, so it's shorter. And so for y'all small brain niggas who can't comprehend shit for long hours, this will work for you. But basically, we're gonna see how the suspect is smarter than the detective. You know what I'm saying? 15 minutes. Let's go ahead and get into it. Yeah, let's get into it. Move, giant.
Okay. I'm not signing nothing.
Okay.
I've been through the system, buddy. I know how it works.
I know you have.
You're not my friend. All you're trying to get is some stupid ass confession, and you're not gonna get one.
This nigga's the drunken genius archetype.
On a seemingly regular evening in 2011, alarm bells began to sound itself in a local 7-Eleven. Reports of an armed robbery began flooding into the local police department. But upon arrival at the scene, the suspect was nowhere to be found. After expanding the search, that's when it's assumed police heard commotion in a house nearby. And without any other leads, they stormed in, discovering a known heroin addict sitting inside with a gun.
Damn, the nigga's a genius and he's a heroin addict. I'm not gonna hold you. Crackheads are some of the most wisest and scariest people of all time. That's why I say, if you run into a crackhead and he trying to give you game, let him give you game, even though his life is going the wrong direction. But if you see a crackhead and he coming at you sideways, leave him alone. Don't ever try to fight with a crackhead. Don't try to engage with a crackhead. It's not going to go well for you. You're not winning.
Without any other evidence, they arrested the man and brought him to be interviewed. The so-called addict was Jeff Pearson, the man who committed the robbery. And the following goes down in history as one of the only times a man single-handedly beat the cops at their own game. All that while experiencing horrific heroin withdrawals. This is what happens when the suspect outsmarts the cop. The next 24 hours were captured on police cameras within the interview room.
I mean, he's a crackhead. Do you think he cares about, like, footwear or anything?
Conversely to most footage similar to this, it was originally uploaded to the suspect's own YouTube channel on the 25th of September 2011. This is the first sign of what makes Jeff a cult figure and a legend within the interrogation community. Jeff was held in police custody for almost an entire day, but all of the footage from the 3 interrogation sessions held barely 15 minutes. Given that robbery and arrest took place within the state of Georgia, the usual minimum sentence would be around 10 years of imprisonment, ranging up to a maximum of life without parole. But it would transpire that Jeff wouldn't end up doing a minute of this time. And instead of serving multiple decades behind bars, he spent a day being served drinks and candy while delivering a masterclass in what to do while in police custody.
Damn.
The following footage shows us in stunning detail what methods the cops will try on you and how to dodge them like an absolute pro. The footage
He got away with it? I mean, we don't know if he did it or not.
Handcuffed in a small windowless room dressed in prison scrubs. It's clear he's already been processed and spent some time in a cell, likely while the cops spent some time gathering the evidence and prepared to question him.
Am I under arrest?
For now.
I'm under arrest?
Yeah, I'll explain everything, but before I explain myself to you, before we talk to each other, I need to read your rights, okay?
What am I under arrest for?
Well, like I said, I need to read your rights first. Obviously, the charge is robbery, okay?
Jeff immediately opens by asking if he's under arrest and on what grounds. From the first moment, it's evident that Jeff has done his research, as this is exactly what you should be doing in this situation. From here, there are 2 options.
Nah, Slips, I didn't see that.
If you're not being arrested or detained, you can state that you're also not obligated to stay and answer questions. And you should be completely free to leave the interrogation. If you are being arrested, you can then immediately ask for a lawyer and stay silent until you're provided with one.
That's what you're supposed to do. I know somebody in chat gonna be in a situation one day and need to know this, so I hope niggas is listening, you know what I'm saying? Keep y'all ears open.
These options give you the best chance of
giving us tips to run from the cops, and those niggas, they're trying to give you tips not to snitch on yourselves, because a lot of niggas just go in there and just snitch on themselves for no reason.
The police in their tracks and allow you to create the best defense possible. What's amusing is that when you're being arrested in America, the officer is actually legally obligated to remind you of this. Take a listen to the Miranda warning that this detective reads out to Jeff.
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in the court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer for advice before we question you. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer and you want one, a lawyer will be provided for you. If you decide to answer questions now without a lawyer present, you'll still have the right to stop answering questions at any time. Does that make sense? You've probably heard these before, haven't you?
These 3 points are incredibly important and are often overlooked by the average citizen due to the panic of being arrested in the first place. Alongside this,
but crackheads are void of all emotions. You know what I'm saying? They just that's why bro's so intelligent. You know, he on heroin, but you know, like he just void of all emotions, so he already know what type of time it is. So he good though. He not scared.
Because of how much we hear these lines in media, such as police shows and movies, most people completely glaze over it when they're being read these rights and fail to take into account that they're actually being provided with useful information that allows you to stay safe and protected while in police custody. What this detective didn't mention, though, is that if you ask for a lawyer while under arrest, they are not allowed to continue questioning, and you have a complete, unquestionable right to refuse to answer any questions they may ask until you're provided with an attorney. The detective also ends the rights with a snide remark about Jeff's past, meant to subconsciously remind him that he is a previously convicted criminal.
Do you understand your rights? Do you understand your rights, Jeff? Yes or no? You understand?
We're getting paid more than you are, so we can sit here for a long time, man.
I just need you to answer me yes or no. Do you understand your rights? Let's get through that question. Do you understand what I read you? Did you comprehend what I read you?
Jeff has been explicitly told he has the right to remain silent, so that's exactly what he's deciding to do. Right here, the leading detective leans back in his chair. This was meant to show that he's unconcerned with Jeff's silence, and that he can stay there as long as necessary. But body language like this usually indicates some form of unrest. It's clear that the detective knows that this is gonna be a tricky few hours for them.
If you got something to
I'm not gonna lie.
do this robbery, this is your chance.
I can't be a detective, my nigga. I can't be a detective, my nigga. Cause if I see a nigga like Jeff, and to be honest, we don't know if Jeff did it or not, my nigga. We don't know if Jeff did it or not, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm a detective, my nigga, you gotta just be in here just chilling with the heroin addicts and shit like that. No, this is nobody who on heroin, but nigga, I don't know if I want to be in this type of situation personally.
Talk to us.
Okay, good cop.
No, usually I'm the prick.
You look like the prick.
I am.
My nigga Jeff talking.
If it's dominance we're talking about, Jeff just took everything the cops had and dumped it in that garbage can.
I'm not asking if you want to talk to me at this point. I just want to know, do you understand what I read to you?
That's all my under arrest.
Yes, you're under arrest.
Get me back to the cell. I don't talk to you, motherfucker.
Facts, talk to Jeff. You see all these rappers always talking about some fuck the cops, I don't talk to the police, we don't talk to the feds, but then proceed to tell on themselves, bro. Tell their whole life story, bro. Come on, that's a real solid individual. The nigga just stays solid, bro. And he touched down. Trust.
In this first round of interrogation, Jeff exhibited exactly the correct behavior given his current circumstances. He knows the cops have nothing on him. They wouldn't be there talking to him in the first place if they did. So he stays silent. And so it's off back to his cell he goes. But 2 hours later, he's brought back to the same room for round 2.
Damn, they are so pressed to get information from him.
Yeah. You gonna be able to pop it open, or you need me to?
I need methadone.
You need methadone?
Yeah, you guys can get me that methadone.
I don't have any. Do you have medication for it, or a prescription for it? Or?
No.
What do you need methadone for?
Dude, that's not funny. Asking for meth during the detection, during the fucking interrogation is fucking crazy, nigga.
Fucking junkie, and you guys, I can't get no methadone. I'm gonna go through withdrawal here in a minute.
A can of soda is all Jeff requested before he returned to the interrogation room. But he immediately mentions the withdrawals that he's likely already starting to feel.
You being honest at this point?
However, methadone, the drug Jeff asked for at the start of this conversation, can be used to significantly reduce the effects of the withdrawal. It can even reduce the cravings he's also probably been experiencing for the entire time he's been in police custody.
How long you been using heroin?
Long.
It's just to like help with the like withdrawals type shit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like actually the meth type shit.
10 years, 15 years.
Damn, you even drink? Nobody drink coke like that. Not a crackhead. I ain't gonna cap to you. Like anybody drink coke like that. Well, he isn't cuffed, but that's still a crackhead method drink.
Hardly been alive that long. What are you trying to talk to me about here?
Talk to you about what happened last night. Look, here's the deal. Either you're in a bad set of circumstances, or you went and committed an armed robbery last night.
Yeah, right? I'm in a shitty, wrong place at the wrong time. Obviously, I didn't commit no fucking armed robbery.
All right, then let's talk about this. Let's
I don't talk to the police, man.
Jeff is clearly through with the personal talk and wants to get back to the matter at hand. In his eyes, he's been arrested for something he didn't do and wants to get out of there as quickly as possible.
Okay. I've been through the system, buddy. I know how it works.
You have. I know you have,
You're
Jeff.
not my friend.
I'm not your friend.
You're trying to fucking get me. Or
I'm not trying to get you.
All you're trying to get is something fucking...
No, I ain't gonna lie. Nigga, the people who lie the most is fucking detectives, my nigga. Band of good night. Detectives lie like shit. It's their job to fucking lie to you, my nigga. Like, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna lie to you. Like, they don't give a fuck if you, like, if you are guilty or not guilty, my nigga. They just want you to say what it is, nigga. And, like, they want to get what they gotta get out you for the interrogation, my nigga. Like, they don't give a fuck about you at all.
Fucking stupid ass fucking confession, and you're not gonna get one.
Jeff, I'm not gonna get a confession out of you for nothing.
Exactly, because I didn't do nothing.
I'm not trying to get a confession out of you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you, I didn't commit no armed robbery, and y'all ain't got no fucking evidence saying I did. Let me go. All you need is find me sitting in my buddy's house, because my fucking buddy's dog's going ape shit. I go outside. There are cops everywhere, and they spotlight me. They say, "Come here." I say, "What's up?" They search me. They ain't find nothing.
Ain't find shit. How did they arrest him? What did they arrest him on?
What's up?
Let me read this.
No.
Yes.
Because I'm not going to sign it.
You don't have to sign it. But let me read it for you. Okay?
I'm not signing nothing.
You don't have to sign it.
The irony of this cop saying he's not trying to get Jeff while he has him handcuffed in an interrogation room questioning him is very amusing. But even through all this, every part of what Jeff said here is so perfect, it almost sounds right.
Yeah, that nigga Jeff really educated too. I'm telling y'all, my nigga, that nigga
Hurst. It's an incredible display of personal legal defense, and is even more impressive when you layer it with the fact that Jeff is almost definitely starting to experience withdrawals. I also want to highlight the point Jeff made about how cops are simply trying to force a confession out of him. One of the main techniques used in these interrogations is the Reid technique, developed by a former cop and psychologist in the 1960s after he extracted a confession from a man accused of murdering his own wife. The technique consists of 9 steps, beginning with a polite discussion about why the suspect is being accused of the crime, followed by using certain
These niggas got a whole bunch of different techniques, chat. I'm telling you.
body language and actions within the interrogation as a display of guilt. The method ends with offering the suspect 2 alternative statements they can agree with, one of which is slightly more acceptable than the other.
Remember when we were watching that video about the guy who spent his entire money on porn star or that one cam girl, and then he killed his whole family in GTA, and then they gave the interrogators were bad as fuck, but the interrogator was basically like, "Oh, did you do it because they were bullying you?" Or he didn't say because they were bullying you, but he tried to like say, "Did you do it because you were defending yourself or because of this reason?" Like, you try to give you a way out that's literally not a way out. It's just you confessing, you know what I'm saying? But it seemed like a way out during that time, you know what I'm saying? The interrogators in that video were fucking horrible, by the way.
But whichever is chosen admits guilt and is counted as a confession. This method forces the suspect into a corner and is exceedingly good at extracting false confessions from innocent suspects. In fact, the original case that technique was formed around fell apart after discovering that the man, in fact, did not kill his wife and was tricked into giving a false confession. Absolutely next level gaslighting.
Tell me what happened last night. Plain and simple. You're
Nothing.
The story.
I'm not talking to you.
Nothing, nigga.
All right.
I like how niggas be like, "Yo, you don't have to say anything. You have the right to remain silent, nigga. You don't gotta talk to us." And then niggas pressing him out to talk. Like, nigga, he obviously don't want to talk to y'all. Move on, nigga.
This is what I don't understand. I know, but this is what I don't understand, Jeff. You were sitting there talking just like you were ready to sit here and tell me what happened last night, and then all of a sudden I read that to you. And
he told you he's not going to talk.
I don't understand that. What changed?
Because I told you what. I already told you what happened.
You didn't.
How didn't I?
You didn't tell me what happened last night.
How didn't I just tell you?
He just told you.
God,
that nigga just been.
Because you asked for an attorney. So okay, that's fine. But I will tell you right now, you're still on hold for a robbery.
Okay.
I don't know why I need a fucking lawyer because obviously I didn't do nothing, and obviously you guys know I didn't do nothing because I've been arrested for the same bullshit before, and you guys don't interview me this much. So, wham bam, thank you for the coke. Put me back in the cell. That's my home.
We haven't interviewed you yet.
Jeff has now asked for a lawyer and is once again refusing to answer questions.
Wham bam, put me back in the cell. Left.
But we're only halfway through this footage, and Jeff's ability to defend himself and completely destroy this cop only
This nigga Jeff stand like a JoJo character, though. I'm not gonna cap to you.
gets better from here.
Here's what the deal is. I have enough evidence
Like what?
of the armed robbery, okay?
Nigga, no the fuck you don't. You see how I be saying, chat? Niggas be lying, nigga. No, you don't, nigga. Get my nigga his lawyer and stop talking to my nigga, bro. Put my nigga in his cell. Get my nigga his lawyer. Stop talking to him, bro. Stop talking to him.
But,
BK was good.
you know, if you're saying you didn't do it, you need to give me your side of the story.
I didn't do it.
Okay, well, give me your side of the story. You gotta, convince me. Because I got a lot of evidence. I got a lot of physical evidence.
Well, like what?
No, you don't. Like what?
Well, I don't need to, why should I tell you that?
Why should he tell? Oh my god. Bro said I got a lot of physical evidence. Like what? Well, why should I tell you that? You should tell me what you know, but don't. I'm not. I shouldn't have to tell you. Like, nigga, cut the bullshit, nigga. Come on, bro. He not the investigator is now on his P's and Q's. That didn't even make sense. I'm not gonna lie.
This is where the detective starts to become desperate. He knows he's running out of time, and so has completely abandoned any elaborate techniques or methods to try and get information out of him. He's now instead moved on to essentially just threatening him with false claims of evidence that he can easily use to convict Jeff. If all of this was true, he'd likely be trying to use it to intimidate Jeff into panicking and giving up more information.
And they can do that, chat. Like, they can legally do that too.
But instead, he uses a flimsy rhetoric, claiming that because Jeff hasn't helped him, he won't help Jeff.
There's only a couple pieces of evidence I'm missing.
Name.
What's that?
Name.
Why do I need to do that? You haven't helped me out at all. You give me a little bit, I give you a little bit. We go back and forth. I give you one of my pieces of evidence, now give me a little something. Alright? What time do you get over to Aaron's house?
No, anything I say here can and will be used against me.
Sure, but anything you say here, I can also tell your parole officer that you helped me out.
That doesn't
Nigga.
mean dick.
Now the detective
fuck
is
outta here, my
desperately
nigga.
trying to bargain
Ain't no way
with
he
Jeff.
said that.
If he helps the cops out, they'll put in a good word with his parole officer. But Jeff immediately realizes that means absolutely nothing. What does a gold star mean if you're stuck in prison for 20 years? This further enforces the idea that cops have absolutely nothing
Them
to
got
convict
nothing
Jeff
on Jeff,
with,
bro.
and also shows that they know they're running out of time. Jeff has asked for a lawyer,
Get
yet
him
they're
back in
still
his
sitting
cell,
there
bro.
questioning him, as if that's not a blatant violation of the rights that they have read to Jeff on 3 separate occasions. They know that if they don't get anything out of him soon, their time will run out, and Jeff is watching the clock closely. For the next 4 minutes of the interrogation, Jeff continues to deny and combat anything the police say to him. They bring up the gun that he was found with, continue to try and strike a deal, and even try to scare him by taunting him with what being back in prison would be like, and
They literally tried.
without any of the drugs he's grown a dependency to. He's almost
like, bro, they literally tried every single method and nothing worked. That's crazy.
won.
I'm done, man. Fuck this. I'm not even answering. All this shit that I just said is gonna be fucking written in the discovery now, right?
What? You haven't said nothing.
I mean, every little stupid thing that you've asked me, dude, is gonna be in the discovery.
I'm not even going to do discovery.
The prosecutor is.
Okay. So, you halfway know the system, how things work, and you halfway don't. Am I right?
I
got motion?
know
Yeah.
that the
Oh,
only
what's
reason I
good?
came up here is to get a fucking Coke.
Okay.
And I got it. But now I want a Butterfinger.
But that's not going to happen for a while.
Give my nigga his Butterfinger.
What, the Butterfinger?
Yeah.
Why not?
Y'all could have kept that out the video. I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, bro. Jeff, you my nigga. Y'all could have kept that out the video, bro. Y'all could have cut that out the video, bro. There's actually no reason for that to be in the video. Oh my god, they could have cut that one out the video. I'm not gonna lie to you. Jesus Christ.
I need to go to the hospital. I'm coughing up blood. Let's go to the hospital.
For the last few hours, the police have been questioning a man who is clearly in pain, denying him access to the legal prescription drug that would help him deal with his issues, and questioning him repeatedly on a crime for which they have no evidence for. All the while, Jeff dealt with this as casually as possible, asking for sodas and chocolate bars. Jeff knew misspeaking at any point could lead him down a slippery slope, so he
guarantee Jeff out.
exerted his rights in the perfect way, and 12 hours later, it's recorded that he was released from custody.
Wealth! That's my nigga Jeff right there. You know what I'm saying? My nigga Jeff stayed solid. He came back home, nigga, strong as hell, nigga. Come on, man. Don't play with Jeff like that, my nigga. Don't play with Jeff. Don't play with Jeff like that, bro. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Hey, man, if you ever get in that situation, just do what Jeff did, my nigga. You see my nigga Jeff touch back home. I hope Jeff gets off that powder, though. I ain't gonna cap.
And sent on his merry way. It's also reported that from here, Jeff began to turn his life around. He's off heroin and now spends his time uploading to the same YouTube channel the footage from this video was uploaded to. He makes music and even gives extra tips on how to avoid the police.
Wef, why is she in a bikini? Wef! Yo, that's so fire, nigga. Dog. I'm not gonna hold you. That brought a smile to my face. I ain't gonna cap. That brought a smile to my face, nigga. No way, there's a bigger part to it. That just brought a smile to my face. My nigga Jeff's still posting too. Yeah.
So, I'm doing a video in response to the great praises I got for my outstanding writing capability. But let me be the first to say, I know my punctuation is terrible.
Damn.
A lot of
my nigga Jeff sounds a lot more like, y'all see how his voice has changed? He sounds like a lot, like, he sounds more well spoken, you know what I'm saying?
So on, so on, so on. And I guess if I went back and like really looked at
crazy camera, yeah, this is a crazy camera angle.
Or I probably could do better, but I'm certainly no expert. And plus, once I start to get in a
right web collab,
it's
nah, good on Jeff, nigga. W Jeff in the chat, man. That just restored my faith in humanity, my nigga. That's my dog right there. I ain't gonna cat. That's my dog right there. I ain't gonna hold you. W Jeff. All right, let's move on to the next video. So, why does he say the N-word? That's can't wrangle. No, it is. All right.